Welcome back to the ETF Inspector. It is currently Friday, November 28th, about 8:40 at night. This video will be premiering Saturday morning, the 29th. So this is just my week recap, my portfolio update in my personal trading account, my after-tax, just nothing special, just a regular individual trading account. Normally this is like I like to talk about trades and everything, but it's basically turning into my high yield income ETF portfolio because I haven't been able to do a lot of options trades lately. So we'll just do it as an update on the channel as well. We're up to 5,360 subscribers. We've made 410 videos. And on X at ETF_Inspector1, we're up to 1,817 followers. That sounds funny. 1,817. Not monetized on X, not trying to be monetized, just use it as a way to get to join spaces, talks on financial related conversations, and just to let people know when videos are premiering and things like that. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get right into it. We'll be shorter than even usual. I only have one option even open right now in my account, and I didn't make any moves with it this week. It's a longer dated call that I sold, a covered call. I'm in a wheel strategy on Bitto. I got assigned back at $19.50, and Bitto went ahead and tanked right after I got assigned. But I have a call sold till the end of the year with a $20 strike. At the time, it was a little over $18 when I sold it, or 9% out of the money. I collected $46 minus the fees. Right now, I could close that out for 5 cents. Obviously, not right now. The markets are closed, but that's the way things closed on Friday. There was actually opportunities to close it out even cheaper throughout the week. Just haven't been paying a lot of attention to it. It's so far out of the money with Bitto closing at $14.20, not even remotely close. So I'll close it out for like a penny or two. But other than that, there's no reason to spend any money on this unless I decide I want to sell a new call at a lower strike. But then that's a decision I got to make, because if assigned, I'll end up bringing in less money. So I like to, if I get assigned at 19 or 19.50, then I'll sell the call at 20 and keep on rolling the wheel very close to the money. But no action taken this week. Can expect a dividend, the December dividend, in the next week or so. Might be I don't know if it'll be the end of next week or into the following. But that was the point of, once assigned, selling out to the end of the year to just collect a couple of monthly distributions. Obviously wasn't expecting the share price to drop by $4 or $5. So haven't been taking really any action on this one. I kind of am really starting to miss options trading. I enjoy that more. But lately I have been building my high yield income ETF portfolio. And so what I like to do on this is just talk about the payments received this past week. So if we start over here and look at the allocation, I don't have this put together very well. I've got plenty of money in Ulti, more than enough in Ulti, and then the rest are not even close to funded yet. I'll show you the plan. I'll talk about it a little later. But so obviously somewhere less than 1% of the money is in. It's going to bring in very small distributions currently, but I'm just buying them just to get them on the board. And that way, once I start putting this thing together and getting more money into them, I already know I won't forget what I wanted to buy. So this week's distributions. Now, it was a funny week with a holiday, so I actually didn't receive what is normally my Friday payer. It's Misty. It's YieldMax's MSTR covered call income fund. So I did not receive a payment from them, and will not within this month. So they'll be the first payment of the following month. But so it made it a slightly smaller week than usual. I've had weeks in the 3s and 400s, and so this week not even 300, 261 total. The way that came about, Ultis, the majority of it, $142.56. WPay paid $6.71. Again, I only have a handful of shares in some of these. YMAX brought in $27.32. So you can see there's some weeks, I think I probably even had less shares back then, but got $41. So 27, not a great payment. Chippy, love this fund. $13.19 for them. Like I said, MSTY, I did not receive a fourth, which that doesn't, I might have tracked some things incorrectly. No, there was 4 Fridays in the month, but since this Friday wasn't a payment because of the holiday, that's the reason only received 3 payments in the month. I think I'm getting that right. Who knows? Blocks, I received $8.54. GPTY, that's the AI version of Chippy, $10.68. NVYY, so now I've got a couple of yield boost funds from Granite Shares. They are high yield income funds, but they don't sell covered calls, as is kind of the norm. They sell puts and put spreads on leveraged versions of the funds, leveraged version of NVIDIA, leveraged Palantir, leveraged Supermicro computers. So NVYY paid $14.25 this week. PLYY paid $14 even. SMYY paid $18.57. And then LFGY, that is the YieldMax's crypto fund, very similar to Blocks, which is X Fund's crypto fund. So LFGY paid $5.51 this week. Now, I took the distributions that I received this week. They always burn a hole in my pocket, so when they come in, I want to buy something. So I'm either buying more of what I have to bring down the average, or something else that is planned on going into the fund. And so I decided I want to get some more yield boost funds, and why not think that selling puts on Amazon sounds like a pretty safe bet to me. So I added AZYY. Obviously, I just bought them today for Friday, so I didn't receive any distributions. I'll start receiving distributions for them in December, but I did just add them to the spreadsheet. Again, I added them over here too. We don't usually go over this. This is kind of just like a middleman for totaling things up and bringing them over into the other chart. So all of those payouts combined to $261.33. I haven't totaled it, but I assume the Misty payment based on my 365 shares would have brought me back up over 300. But either way, so it was a low week, and it finishes out our month. So for the month now, I've received $1,290.62 in distributions within this portfolio that I've got here. Now, I do talk in some of my videos about owning some other funds, but they're in my 401k. That doesn't really count. That money's kind of untouchable for now. Next to it here is just what day things normally pay on. Obviously, a holiday week's going to throw that off. So I do actually have things that pay every day of the week. So that's pretty fun. When we take a look over here, we definitely had a good week. I want to say the current prices increased. I update these every weekend. So the current prices were increased on every single one of these holdings. So that's nice. That they are, maybe all of them, almost all of them, except for the brand new one I just added. They do have capital losses overall, and it's not a realized loss because I haven't sold the shares. So they're all down. So all of them moving up definitely helps. It's going to help with percentages and things like that. I don't really go into how much is invested in each. I mean, you could see it, and that's not how much is invested. That's what the current value. I should say current value instead of current investment. So the initial investment would just be the cost basis multiplied by the amount of shares would be how much is in it. Or you could just basically see that Ulti's worth 9,600 and it's dropped by 4,300, so it was obviously closer to right around $14,000 put into it. Now I am down on them. I've received 631 over the course of the month, and I've received 3,500 in distribution. So I'm down, but I'm not terribly down. I'm down by $800 overall on a $14,000 investment. So I'm not running around with my hair on fire scared yet. YMAX, I'm actually up, even though my shares have dropped in value by $718. I've received $968 in payments, so I'm up by about $250. That's not 10%, right? Because this should be more like $3,500 initially invested, but it's not terrible. Misty, I'm way down. I've got $6,600 invested in it, and $4,000 of it has dropped off the value. Misty's the scary one for sure. I can't decide if I'm gonna stick with it or not. I was thinking I was gonna go ahead and sell them before the end of the year, take the loss, let it weigh against any gains that I have throughout the year trading. But man, talking to Mike Coe in my interview today really does make me second guess if I should just hold on to them or even buy more. So just going down the line, right? Chippy, I've only got 30 shares. GPT, Y, 35. Blocks, I'm up to 65 shares. Then we get into our yield boosts, 40, 35, and 35 for SMYY, PLYY, and NVYY. Today was the new addition, that's why it's yellow, of AZYY, that 10 shares. So just a little bit, just put the new distributions to work. And then LFGY and WPay have 15 each. And WPay is pretty close. I mean, I'm less than $1 per share down on 15 shares, so obviously nothing major. I've received 22, so I'm actually positive overall on them and on YMAX. That's about it. But so before we finish, I've talked about this before. It's not fully updated, but this is kind of the big plan. I wasn't trying to make a rainbow. I was kind of going like highest risk being red, and then kind of moving towards safer, colors. But so red, obviously highest risk, Ulti, and I'm planning on adding KYLD. That's kind of going to be curve investment versus YMAX or Yield Max on their basically they can do whatever they want fund and see what happens. Fund to funds, for now, it's going to be WPay and YMAX. If some of the others release some fund to funds that I like, I will add them. Crypto, the plan was going to be LFGY, blocks, and SEPI after removing Misty, but I may keep Misty. We'll see. Yield boost, this is going to be it for now, the 4 that we talked about. Maybe if more come out that I like. I think about IOYY because I love selling puts on IonQ, but we'll see. None of these numbers are updated anymore, so you can kind of ignore them. My chip/AI, you already saw that, Chippy and GPTY. And then my safe is still being thought through. Definitely from the original plan, I'm not doing AMZ. Instead, I put Amazon in my yield boost bracket, whatever you want to call that, pile of money, pillar. JPMO, I didn't have any financials, so I was thinking about putting a financial in there, and then JP Morgan basically released a hit piece on MSTR that was, seemed deceitful, and I don't like that, so I'm not going to be putting money into anything that has to do with them. I'd like to add Biggie, maybe FEPI, JEPQ, YMAG, USOI. I may create another pillar, maybe combine some commodities, but that's the plan. If you don't know, I've talked about it before. I cashed out a pension. I'm waiting for the check to come in, and that is going to fund all of this. And the plan is use a percentage of the distributions to pay the bills each month, or pay the largest chunk I can of the bills, and then reinvest in the others, trying to buy down averages if they're dropping. So that's the plan. So let me know what you think. If you got suggestions on ones that I should add or another category, I'm interested in hearing it. But that's about it. So keeping this short and sweet. I got a dad joke and then let you get back to your Saturday. So thank you for watching. Appreciate all the likes, shares, comments, and feedback. And here is your joke. Why did the student eat his homework? Because the teacher said it was a piece of cake. All right, thank you. Have a good day. See you in the next video.